Gabe has been interviewing me, much like the other interviews he's done. But in the course of these interviews, he's asked me a lot about meditation and introspection, which is quite relevant to the soft side of martial arts. When we talk about the hard side, the big emphasis is on willpower and resolve, about not giving up, about pushing yourself to your limits, about the mind's superiority over the body, about your own domination over your own fears and shortcomings. Basically not being limited or powering through limitations. On the soft side, this is important too, but the emphasis is more on awareness, perception, observation, insight. The techniques we have work better when you have all of those things. Hence their being on the soft side. But both the soft and the hard side, when pursued by martial artists, are about coming face to face with reality. Which is another way of saying self-knowledge, because it's our own consciousness that perceives reality and has the experience of having a life. So another part of the soft side is having self-introspection, to be aware of what constitutes oneself, all the parts, to know what hidden fears, desires, passions, annoyances, grievances, limitations, all lurk within you, to be aware of that. These things are hidden. These things don't present themselves to your consciousness. Most people go through life on autopilot. The course of action that they choose on any given day or week or month or year is driven by these hidden impulses, completely unbeknownst to the consciousness. Now, if you're unaware of these things and they run your life, they may not run your life the way you want it to be run. So a big part of the meditation that we do on the soft side is about quietening down the mind, silencing it, so that you become aware of those things. The work of self-development has to start with a good view of the operating surface, or a good view of the components that one is operating on. If you're operating in the dark, obviously you can't expect to have a successful operation. You must always be questioning why you do what you do. Now, I've been teaching almost 20 years martial arts. And in that time, I've had the experience of so many students coming to regard me as some type of guru, some type of counselor, psychologist. And part of that is due to the nature of our curriculum. It's difficult, and its difficult nature causes people to come up against psychological roadblocks, which they then project onto people around them. And When they feel daunted by them, they usually present themselves to me in my office at the end of the night. I can't tell you how many times it's happened. I can't tell you how many times it's always the same story. Self-doubt is way bigger than you would realize, you guys. People whom you regard as your training mates that you see all the time, you would never believe that they have this sort of low self-esteem and self-doubt that I get to see, that they have no problem showing to me. But I'm more concerned of why that's the case. Why is there an epidemic of self-doubt? Why does everybody have these secret self-loathings that present themselves? Now, if you do or not, it's not important, but what is important is how you deal with it. Are you in denial about it? Are you completely unaware? Are you just coasting along on autopilot and then one day all this repressed stuff hits you and then we have it out in my office? I mean, obviously that's not to be desired. The way of this art is to be aware. If you're going to be blindsided by that stuff, you're missing something. You're not supposed to be blindsided. You have to know. You also have to believe that you're capable. Everyone in here is capable. I mean, there are people who have real limitations, wheelchair-bound people, or people crippled by upbringing or other personal circumstance. But no one here is that bad off. And if those people can still surmount obstacles, how much more easily can you? So let's just be sure right now that no one needs to have the level of self-doubt that I'm seeing. But you also have to have an ideal for yourselves. You also have to have an imagined or visualized goal for what you would like to attain and achieve. And you have to believe in that vision. You have to believe that you can become that individual. Because a lot of the self-doubt is the confrontation with that ideal and not believing you can achieve that. The other side of that is that people perceive the formality and expectations of the studio, maybe even some that they've brought from the culture and how it regards martial arts, how people in my role are regarded. And without it necessarily being the case, they will rankle against it. They will rankle against the perceived authority. When I have no authority to exert over you. I'm here to help you grow and to find your truest self. Your job is to help yourself find your truest self. There's no reason to rebel against me. It's a matter of your own self-development. Okay? As I've had to explain before, I am not your master in the sense of a master-slave relationship. I am a master who has acquired skill in a certain art that qualifies me to help you also become a master of the art, and therefore all that the art, all that is adjacent to the art in terms of your own self-development. So I'm here to help you. You do not need to rankle against the system. Everyone here are supposed to be friendly with each other. They're not supposed to also have the petty little cat fighting and infighting. My Zen master, he actually lived in Asia, and he was an abbot of an Asian monastery. Here's a secret about Zen and Buddhism. The people who join temples and become monks are very often the people in society who can't do anything else. So that means abused people, that means orphans. In very traditional societies, sometimes it's just gay people because they're not accepted by society, so they have to go to they have to go where they're accepted. People who've been abused, abandoned, widows, rape victims, these people become monks because they need to be taken care of, right? Some people are also just born into it. It's a family lineage, family tradition. All of which means that within the temple, not a lot of great enlightenment is achieved because these people are embroiled in the same petty nonsense that everyone's embroiled in. Anytime you get a group of people together, there's going to be gossip, there's going to be infighting, there's going to be contention for who's going to get the leader's attention. It's nonsense. I don't like it. I'm not into it. I want you guys to focus on your own self-development. I want to dispense with pettiness. I want to dispense with infighting, with the silly little rotten mice that you cling to. I'm referring to a Taoist story where a Taoist master had been appointed to a high government position, and some of the other politicians were jealous of his appointment, and he was just there to help. He didn't care. For all he cared, he could go back to the mountain and meditate. But all the career politicians were scheming against him because they were jealous of the role he'd been given. So he wrote a little poem like, you're an owl clinging to your rotten little mouse, and then you behold a beautiful phoenix flying overhead, and you try to clutch your mouse so that the phoenix doesn't take it. But how could the phoenix care about your little mouse? Don't be like that with each other. Don't be like clinging to the little roles that you have, or the little duties that you have, or the little turf that you've staked out for yourself. That's not what this is about. And I only say that not because it's necessarily happening in such an overwhelming fashion here, but because it happens again and again in groups. It's a very, very human phenomenon. And it's why musical bands break up. That's why churches split in schism. Anyway, to sum up, part of the tradition of martial arts is honor and warrior spirit and self-respect. You don't respect yourself when you act in these petty ways. Part of the soft martial arts is self-knowledge and self-perfection. Hey, believe in that ideal of self-perfection and adhere to it. And when you see yourself falling short of it, be your own judge who corrects yourself. Try to be also impartial. Try to look at things from a third-party perspective. Examine yourself. Are you behaving in a way that you would want to see others behave? Right? This is all just part of the soft side, really. Especially for the white belt, the etiquette of the studio. Remember, the temple atmosphere is about becoming your best self. That's really what it is. All the other stuff is secondary. Guys, we all end up dead, so there's very little. I mean, right? there's very little that we need to fight over. We should just enjoy life and not become invested in petty things. Yeah. And also, when we all put that best side of ourselves forward, the atmosphere is better. So this is more of a white belt soft side etiquette discussion, but it's relevant because even in the most accomplished people, you still. I mean, gods. When I was at Oxford, there was a student council in my college. Oxford people who were. I mean, most people at Oxford are just so happy to be there, but the student council was pettily contriving, or colluding against each other, and like, what do you have to? This is the student council at the college. No one's going to remember this. You don't need to backstab each other. Now, admittedly, in the Oxford Union, which is the debate council in town, that's actually encouraged, the backstabbing and everything, because they're rehearsing for like a political career. So to learn to like collude against one another and play favorites and it's all encouraged. But nonetheless, in my little college, that was not necessarily or called for, and it was really kind of silly. So, not in a real temple, right? Not in a real martial arts studio where we put our best feet forward. Have you ever graded these before?
I have.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Attention. Sung Soo. Sung Soo 1.
Sung Soo first.
Sung Soo 1.
Is he throwing me?
No judo. Not right now.
Oh.
No,
You
Sung
do
Soo.
both
Double.
hands.
Yeah, both. Right here. So, oh, you gotta put some. What's this? Okay.
It's a test.
Double.
Good test.
I heard that one.
We could go lighter. We could go lighter.
Was that knuckle joint or wrist joint or elbow joint? I heard.
I don't know.
I mean, I didn't know if we were going tough.
Call the number.
Sensu 3.
Song Soo.
Song Soo 3.
A little extra cam.
He's so strong. Put his head on the ground and kicked it back up. God damn.
Sunset 9.
No breaking, Ryan.
Sunset
No breaking,
9.
Ryan.
It's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Different level of strength, my friend.
Yeah, he just.
Okay. Yeah. 10. Here. Here. It's here.
What was that? Elbow drop? Was that an elbow drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked it.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, which way?
It's the wider area this way. He's got to be really
Just
on
'cause-
target if you make it long way.
Yeah.
Alright, don't
We've
tuck
been
him-
practicing.
Don't tuck him over here, okay?
I haven't seen you master. Yusu. Yusu.
I think you should face lengthwise.
Yusu.
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 You dosu.
Yudosu.
Am I doing anything to you?
Just hold him.
It's a jack.
Right, okay, yeah. Alright,
Here,
like you
here.
say.
Aren't you glad for the bed, Ryan?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So here.
Oh, so close. But yes. Okay.
Here.
Yes.
Here.
Nice.
Kind of, but do it again.
Here. Yeah.
Careful with this one.
Yeah, I know. 160.
It'll be
Hey,
your
I
weight
gave you
cut.
I know. There you go.
Sool. Sool. Yeah. Good Sool.
Yeah, just bust a minute.
Good Sool.
Range stance, please. Show me drop block. Show me round block. Is there another block in this stance? Say yes or no, sir.
No,
No,
sir. No, sir.
All right. Middle range. Show me drop block. Show me weather vane block. Show me round block. Is there another block in this stance? Yes or no, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Show me cat stance. Show me outside knee block. Show me drop block. Show me outside round block. Show me weather vane block. Is there another block in this stance? Yes or no, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do that one. The one that you didn't do. No, we did that. We did round block. What did we do? You did out block. Did out block, knee block? You did weather vane? I don't think we did drop block. Okay, good. Close range stance. Show me knee block. Show me shield block. What about trapping stance? Is there trapping stance in this?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. Defensive stance. Show me weather vane. Good. Show me drop block. Show me round block. Round block. Round block. Is there another block in this stance?
Yes,
Show me that block. The trapping stance. That's the wing trap block. All right. Rooted stance. Everyone make your feet as though they were on skis. Skis cannot crash into each other. Skis must be parallel. Your skis can't connect in the back, nor can they connect in the front, so your feet must truly be parallel. If we were to extend the line through your feet, it must go to infinity without crossing. That means parallel. Ginny, you're on one ski, or maybe even a snowboard. We gotta have parallel feet. Make your feet wide. You're a wall painting. We gotta have a wide stance. Wider, wider. You don't want to fall over because you're balancing on a rail, right? Yeah, that's rooted stance. Everyone in the mirror, is your back sloped and nice and diagonal, or are you hunched? Yes. Nice sloped and diagonal. Okay, while you're up here, white belts. I guess it ties in with what I said in the opening speech of the test today. Let's talk about the etiquette of the studio. Normal attention, please. Charya is what we would say in Korean. There are typically 7 instances where it's appropriate to bow in the traditional etiquette of the studio, the traditional customs of the old martial arts dojos and temples. I'll just, for brevity's sake, I'll go around the room to each one of you, and all you need to do is say one of those 7 techniques. 2 will be left unsaid, but that's okay. So starting with Sean, name one of the times that we Bow, traditionally.
At the door when you walk in and when you leave.
All right, Ginny? Another one of those times that we bow.
Before getting to the mat.
At the threshold of the mat, yes. Gary, you got another one?
At the beginning of class.
Beginning and end of class. Joseph?
Getting and ending of sparring.
Beginning and end of sparring. Matthew?
While someone else is bowing.
Look, technically, yes.
Yeah.
But let us, how about one of the three that are left over?
Before starting.
Ironically, two of those will have happened and may yet happen tonight.
So before and after we said that one before and after class.
Yeah, class, but how about before and after? They said sparring, something else.
Before and after forms.
You know, I think you just discovered an eighth one.
What did he say?
Yeah.
He said before and after forms.
Yeah.
It's true.
We
He
never
said
said that in all the years.
No.
That was my bad.
You're right. Hey,
Wow.
I was looking for.
Give him a black belt.
Yeah.
Give him a black
Black
belt.
belt.
He said actually two answers that were very kind of
He
clever.
said, when someone else bows, you bow back.
Yeah. when
Yeah.
someone else- it's like those memes where the student answers on the.
You gotta change your whole curriculum now.
Thank you.
You're right.
He made us go to 9 different situations.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic. Thinking outside the box. There's a story of when Alexander the Great went to India and the Indian philosopher stumped him, which is. All right.
There you did. Nice ride.
There he goes. Jeez.
And a solid purple.
Matthew, this is one of the other times we bow.
Yeah. There were 3 left that I was thinking of. One being before and after Hapkido, one being now, the other
Someone's demonstrating.
Seeing a master.
that wasn't mentioned too. But
Yeah.
we have 2 new ones. The philosopher was named Dindymus, an Indian philosopher who completely stumped Alexander the Great and thought of things he never even thought of. True enough.
White to purple that fast.
No, it's a record. No, it took him 10 years. Everyone, once again, congratulations. Now, as you may know, we're going to head to this restaurant.